And we are live. What's going on, Murder Yoga Nation? It's your boy C Tech with another episode of the Grind and Jiu Jitsu podcast. And today is another banger that I've set up, which is one of the owners of Cogito Jiu Jitsu, Felix Feliciano, aka El Sapo. What's going on, broski?
Not much, brother. Just settled in. I was excited for this podcast, so thank you for having me on, brother.
No, of course, anytime. Give me 1 second. It looks like my computer wants to update right now, and it's not gonna happen.
I feel you. Always bad timing on the updates.
Yeah, it's so weird. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
El Sapo, one of the owners of Cogito Jiu Jitsu. I met this young man freaking it's going on like 3 years now, bro. Three
Been a little
years
bit, yeah.
ago, a feisty blue belt, tapping people out on fight to win, taking people's ankles, recently promoted to purple belt. I think we got promoted together.
I, no, I think you were
No.
before me. No, wait. No, I think you were before me, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I
No.
believe you were before me. I'm gonna have to go in the
Yeah.
pictures. I'll go in the pictures. I got them all, bro. I got them. I'm a,
Yes,
wow.
yes, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And you know why? Because I got stripes and you don't.
No, I got
Yeah, you
well,
got stripes.
the thing is, I wear Derek's belt, so it has
It
no
has no
stripe bar.
stripes. That's right. That's
Uh,
right.
I'll find it. I'll find it. By the end of the podcast, we should know.
I all right, let's put it this way. We were supposed to get promoted together, but I don't think I was there. And then I got promoted a little later on. But I think you were first. I think you were first.
Ah man, I might have been. I think that was the situation. I see my pictures here. So yeah, I think you came after, but it's because of the timing.
Yeah, I think that's what it. Anyway, I met this gentleman on an open mat, and he is one of the lightest guys in the room, and he rolls with every single big motherfucker, and it doesn't matter who, what, where, when. If you need a roll, he's gonna roll with you, and he will play Sapo guard. We'll talk about that later. Felix, what's going on, brother? For those who don't know who you are, can you give me a brief, just give me an introduction on yourself. How did you find jujitsu in general?
Oh man, my journey started a long time ago. Back in 2010, I was training. Well, I actually started training with my buddy David Vasquez. He was taking me to like this. It was just an instructor, random. He changed locations a few times. His name was Sensei Nick, from what I remember. He was a big guy, and if I'm not mistaken, he was out of Champions MMA, and he was just doing classes over here in Orlando. So my boy David took me. I fell in love immediately, and then from there, we met more people. I met a lot of people from ATT, and that's where I jumped into the ATT. I felt like that was more of the direction I wanted to go as far as just the whole skill set. I wanted to be an MMA fighter, so I was meeting people like Ben Saunders, and I was like, "Yo, this is what I want." So that's
This
where it
is
all
my
started.
calling.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Once once you get in the gym and you feel it for usually a week will tell you like, okay, this is for me or this is not. Dude, I fell in love immediately. So MMA was my dream at the time back in 2010. I was still in high school. Um, then once I let a little hand injury drive me away from my dreams. So I let that get in between. I took like a 9 year break. Well, okay, 7 or 8 year break, and then I found I came when I came back.
So
I
how old were
knew
you at this time?
Oh, bro, I was like 18, 7, like 17, 18, 19. I was training, just like trying to find my spot where I wanted to be in MMA. Like, who didn't want to be a fighter back then? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
these were the early days. And again,
Ultimate
meeting
Fighter,
people,
baby.
bro, that inspired everyone. And then
Forrest
again, meeting
Griffin.
people, bro, oh, Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner, like that was a crazy main event. Like that was amazing. And again, inspired many people, including myself, along with Anderson Silva and all these other UFC fighters. But I got to be honest, it was the meeting people in real life uh, that really set in for me, because I was training under Jason Patino, and man, even then I was competing. I competed at De La Hiva. I believe it was 2010, and I ended up winning two by submission, two guillotines, and I lost one by points. So that was fun back then. It was, again, I was getting after it even back then. And then I did know Dylan, not like super personal or anything, but I knew Dylan back then. Who, when I came back into jujitsu, I was looking for a gym and I saw Dylan Gower, and immediately I was like, light bulb, let me go visit. And I passed multiple gyms just to get there. Like, it used to be out there in Castleberry.
Yep.
And I'm located in East Orlando. So I was passing ATTs, I was passing Gracie Bajas. You name a gym, I probably passed it to get to Cojito. But again, like Dylan Gower, that name is, I was like, I got to get back to where I was. Like the people who I was already around, let me get back to it. So again, I didn't know him any like too personal or anything, but when I came back, it felt like the home I needed. And especially after meeting the members and the other owner, Derek, I don't want to say his last name, Derek H, like that, like that's a whole story in its own. But I, after coming back in like 2017, I want to say 2017, 2018, that's where I was, Cogito out in Castleberry. Um, I've met so many people while there. Carlos, I met freaking Jason Valet, Sean Arsley. Both are my two best friends right now. Um, Again, Derek, one of my biggest mentors, best mentors I've ever met. Again, you just meet so many people there. Jose Velez, everybody, so many great grapplers, especially with the Sunday Open match that we were doing at the time. And
Yeah.
then from there, stood with the Cogito family, as you know, like I've been down since I started. So, and then one day I got the opportunity to become a part owner in this such school, where I grew such a love for all the members. And it's literally a brotherhood that we created. And it's not only with men, there's women too. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
created
yeah, yeah.
a real brotherhood, and I felt that. I felt family, I felt home. So once I was given that opportunity, I pretty much gave what I could, like as far as like I pulled my retirement out and everything. You feel me? Like I went in on this, and I knew it. This was the family that I was supposed to be around. So again, like from here on, like I've since it's been 2 years, about 2 years that I've been the owner of Cogito Jiu Jitsu, and yeah, I've been sticking with Jiu Jitsu since then, and it's been such a long journey, and
It's been a
especially
ride.
all the new people.
And you know what? Just to give the audience some context, so when I first got to Orlando, I only was introduced to Matt Ferriola,
Oh, I love that guy.
and Matt Ferriola is a beast competitor. He's always down for a fight, and he's also an MMA fighter. So he was doing both MMA and grappling matches. And he tells me about his Sunday Open match with Cogito, and that's how I got originally introduced to the Cogito family. So then I was training at other places. I think I started at a UFC a UFC gym in Winter Springs,
Hey, I don't blame
and
you. I don't blame you.
then I went to go sign up to Gogito because I was like, oh, yeah, in Castleberry, I'm like 15 minutes away. I'm gonna sign up. Yeah, COVID happened,
Yeah.
and then they shut down. So I had to go to Fabian Rosa. So then I went to Fabian's, and I thought Cogito was dead. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't think Cogito was ever coming back. I thought Cogito was gone, and then lo and behold, so I moved to DeBerry, which is more north than where we were, and then I joined Dark Wolf. I was part of the Wolf Pack. Had a good, really cool people there. Had a good time. Jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu. That was my game. That's what I wanted to learn. That's what I was doing. And then Kojito says, "Oh, by the way, we're coming back, and we're coming back 15 minutes away from where you live." And I said, "It's a calling. I have to. I'm sorry. I love you, Dark Wolf people, but I know literally 80% of the members of Kojito, and it's always been love for the last 2 years of the open mat or open mats in general. I got to join." And that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. So this is a long friendship that I truly cherish because, not for nothing, I probably would have quit jujitsu a long time ago if it wasn't for Kojito. I'll just say that because it's hard to find gyms that you feel a part of. And from day one, I came in, I was already a part of the crew. And it was like, "Psst, say no more. I'm not, I ain't going nowhere." Um, Felix, man, how did you get the name El Sapo? So originally I thought, oh, he's Puerto Rican, El Sapo, El Coqui. Okay, that would make sense. I'm gonna go. And then he says no. So how do you become El Sapo, which means the frog?
Well, I know it might be disappointing because I kind of named myself, but it kind of stems from there's a few reasons. The the main reason I really took that name was because in my glass art, I use a lot of frog interpretation. I use a lot of lily pads. So frogs have been in my whole like mindset forever. And then on top of that, when you take my jujitsu style, it's very frog-like. You give me a limb, I'm sticking to it until it's mine. It's going home with me. Or I'll invert and be hanging upside down on your leg or something. It's almost an interpretation of my side. It's like my spirit animal, but it's
I
also
was just gonna
again
say
been in
that.
my yeah, dude. That's honestly. Oh, now here's a crazy story. When I was out competing in Puerto Rico, bro, right when I was gonna step on the mat, it started raining, and then all I heard was coquis. And I promise you, I've never had a more calm before a competition. I was insanely calm. I felt at home when those coquis started singing. So again, it's just all part of the vibe.
That's lit. That's lit. And I truly think it is your spirit animal at the end of the day because that name is glorious. Like when I sometimes I don't even call you Felix. I don't. I just say
Yo,
Sapito, Sapito.
Sapito.
Yo, Sapito, come here. Come here,
I like
Sapito.
it. I like it.
I see that tattoo on your arm. You have a tattoo on your left. Yeah. What is that, good sir?
So this right here is a black flag in representation of the Black Sails, which is a little crew that was put together by Jason Valet. It consists of I wouldn't say quite a few of us, a good handful of us. Just to name a few, we got obviously Jason, Sean, myself. Uh, Recently Carlos told like he's riding with us. He already know he riding with us. But it really stemmed from a garage crew like during and a little bit after COVID. We were just training like balls to the wall. Out of Jada, she's amazing. She owns Submission Grappling Series. She's an amazing grappler, amazing fighter, amazing everything. She's like my sister. And we were training again balls to the wall in the garage with people such as Dre from ATT, I believe under Paul Rodriguez. Dre. We had Jay Enoch come through. We had Dylan Gower come through. We had Stephen Coslow come through. We had like insane talent come through, and we would just be grinding at least few hours in a steaming hot garage. Like we no one open like we would open the door if someone was dying or it was over, but we were getting to the point where we were soaked in everyone a sweat and yo, it was an experience. But again, that's where the Black Sales crew kind of formed. We're just a collective of people going hard on the mats with big goals and being great as far as competing. A lot of, well, myself, I've taken some time off, but you'll see Jason Valley is literally on the mats competing almost every weekend. And that again, that's a leader right there. That's why I could say that's our leader right there.
FYI, Jason Valle, episode 1 of the Grind and Jiu-Jitsu podcast. You could go back and listen to that. Amazing grappler, just competed this weekend, got the W by decision. Um, I heard it was freaking awesome. Um, man, like I have so much to talk about.
Hey,
Uh, so you're back. So you started ATT back then. Did you do any high school wrestling, anything of that sort, or literally after high school you were like, I'm becoming an MMA fighter and I'm just gonna start ATT?
I've done no wrestling. I got to be real. The singlet scared the shit out of me. I'm a skinny kid. I've
I'm
always
with
been.
you. I'm with you, bro. Listen, I don't know what it is. I cannot see myself putting on a singlet and rolling around. And I know it's weird, and I know some guys actually do the spats only and shit.
I've done
I
that.
cannot, I cannot come to terms of me putting on a singlet and my balls just like, hey everyone, look at my balls, my plums, these dark blue hue. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I
I
couldn't do it.
don't blame you, bro. I'm telling you, like my brother, he's my older brother, he did high school wrestling. So again, I've seen it and like I've been around it, but me in a singlet, I was always, bro, I was like a buck 20 soaking wet. Like I was a stick. So like me in a singlet, I just didn't see it happening. But the as far the question was my background as far as
Martial
wrestling.
arts.
Oh, martial. Oh, yeah. Well, I always wanted to do martial arts growing up. My
Okay.
family.
Okay.
I don't want to say we couldn't afford it, but like there were other priorities.
Yeah,
So
of
like
course.
martial arts wasn't a thing. But my dad would always put on kung fu movies, bro. I gotta be real. That has been a super big inspiration in my whole life. So like on top of that, and just being into a little bit into anime and whatnot, growing up being a little nerd, like I wanted martial arts in my life. So when in high school, when my boy David was like, "Yo, let's go do this," and I saw what it was and whatnot, that there is where it started. And then outside of there, I would I'll be at home with my homeboys, like two of my homeboys who don't really train, and we'll just start rolling. Just start literally. I'm getting them in triangles, arm bars, and they're going with the flow, and they learn a little bit. They fight out of it, but really that's really the only outside of the gym training that I got, other than me fighting in the streets with my friends because we thought we were badasses, like other than that.
So Sapito, I made this podcast talking about the mind of a competitor. And of course I call it my two, which is the highs and lows of jiu-jitsu. They kind of even out. What has been your high so far in jiu-jitsu? And it could be competing, it could be teaching, it could be whatever you want. What is your high in your jiu-jitsu career so far? Because you have many years to come.
Well, so far I got a few. There's like a few, but like the one, like my biggest one, I gotta be honest, was subbing Matt Ferriolo. Like as soon as he got his black belt, it was my most high moment ever. Nah, let me stop, dude. Matt, don't beat me
He's
up for
gonna
that.
he's gonna see this. He's gonna
It's
fuck you up on
it's
Sunday.
okay, cause yo, about 3 months straight, he wrecked me, bro. And not only that, Derek would message him before he would come train, and like, oh, Felix is gonna be here. You might not want to come. So it just made him even more mad and just like
Oh,
fucking
Derek was the
killed me,
instigator.
bro.
I didn't know Derek was that much of an instigator.
Bro, he had Matt fucking me up for months, bro. Like no joke. And again, and then Matt, I caught him sleeping. Like it wasn't even like I like pulled it out and I was like, yeah, I'm about to get this. Like I pulled it out of my ass. But like that was definitely a high point. But I paid for it.
What did you
But
what did you get him with? What did you get him with?
the Wakandan triangle, the reverse triangle.
No shit.
Hey, it happens, bro. It happens. I think I pulled his arm though. Like while he was in, I used his arm against him because it's sitting there. It's like in there. It's just like chilling. But it again. For me, that was like and I paid for it. But
Yeah.
honestly, in competition though, there's two things. Biggest stage, high rollers. I felt amazing at high rollers for one of the earlier shows, yes. But I promise you, I'm one of the competitors who made sure I was about 7 joints deep before I stepped on that mat. I look around the room, I see people not smoking, whatever. Yeah, to smoke that room, you're gonna catch secondhand, but nobody was chiefing like me. I promise you. 7 joints in before I stepped on that mat. But that was that being on a big stage like that was crazy,
Was
though.
it a super fight or you were in the tourney?
It was a turn. It was a tourney, actually. I was gonna say super fight because I only lasted one fight. I did get subbed in OT by Dylan Garofalo, who is a beast right now out of 10th Planet Long Island, if I'm not mistaken. He was on. I forgot what cannabis team it was. I was actually sponsored by GTI, which is Green Thumb Industries. I was working for Rise at the time, so it kind of got me up in there with a
Yeah,
sponsor.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and honestly, though, my biggest moment, like my biggest up, was my. I have to say, it was probably my fight to win. It was my first big stage and first match as a blue belt. As white belt, I competed in Naga, went 5-0, whatever. That's nothing. I got to blue belt. I wanted a super fight. I was like, give me a big stage. Yo, I felt so good in that match. It ended quick with a toe hold, but man, with Derek and Dylan in my corner again, you'll hear it in the video. Derek just yells, "Go the other way!" Perfect timing. Bam, hit the toe hold. Game over. Like I got up super hype. Oh man, I felt the dude's foot crunch in my hand. I didn't want it
Oh my
to, but
God.
he didn't tap the first time when it crunched, and I was like, "Oh, it's not tapping." Crunch, 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 crunch. So hey, it happens.
Hey, I was actually there. I was actually there.
We
Side
jitsu.
we jitsu.
I remember you yelled that. I promise you, I remember.
That was a really good win, and the whole room was super hyped because at the end of the day we do the Sunday open mats, and I'm gonna say half of the competitors on that card did come to one of those open mats. So we were a team who were well known at that venue. So it was a spectacular it was definitely a spectacular finish, and the finish in itself, to finish on the big stage, is huge on TV, not well, on stream where
Yep.
people could watch it. It was super sick. So that was your high.
Yes.
What is your low of jujitsu?
All right. So I'm very open when it comes to this. Like I'm in touch with my emotions and all that good stuff. So
I'll cry with you. It's okay.
like there's a few like I'm just say a few things. So I got to be real. The one of my biggest L's was the high rollers. Like I had planned. Like I was like, because I'm a big cannabis guy. So like I'm like, yo, this is actually. Let's take it back to when I first signed up for Cogito. You can ask Dylan and Derek. One of my main goals was to be on high rollers. So when they had the Miami Open, I went over there and I competed. It was an absolute tournament. There was 4 of us, white belts, one tall guy, one big guy like Big Dave, not tall Dave, Big Dave, and then one guy my size. I got the Big Dave guys.
Oh,
Like I was just like that was the luck of the draw.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I took an L, almost like passed out after. But that didn't really hang over my head. It again now going forward, I got to High Rollers 4. I'm on the biggest stage. I already met my goal by going to the Miami Open, but that's just an open. Now I'm on the main show. I believe it was being televised on Pluto TV, and it's on the internet. It's on their YouTube channel. And honestly, taking that L, man, like, yeah, I was fine. Like, I, smoked after, chilled with everybody, blah, blah, blah. Dude, when I got in my hotel room when you get by yourself after a L like that, that's when it sets in. It's like, man, you get hard on yourself, which you shouldn't, but you get hard on yourself for the first few. You got to get used to, like, not used to taking L's, but like used to going out and competing and giving it your all and accepting that that's all. Like you gave it your all. That's that. You know, like if someone's better that day, then they're better. But dude, when I hit that shower, woo, your boy, them tears came down. I'll tell you
But
what.
man, like if you could put it into a different perspective, so you drew the biggest guy technically in your bracket and you lasted to overtime.
Oh no,
So
the biggest guy was that was in the Miami Open.
okay,
In High Rollers 4, it just happened to be he was bigger than me for sure though. He was bigger than me.
because you're always one of the smallest ones, and if it's absolute, I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 everybody is huge compared.
Oh yeah, I float between 130 and 145. So like 130 being like if I'm trying to get to competition and I'm like slowing down my eating, but 140, 145 is like my walking. So yeah, like absolute tournaments and stuff, I'm not afraid of it, but like when I it is a size difference, so you have to use your speed and all that good stuff.
But
So
yeah, I mean, hey, you lasted. That's all I'm saying. That's all
but
I'm saying.
that high road that was my biggest L. And after that, like again, you can't let these L's hang over you and get you down on yourself. Because after that, like I had certain competitions would cause anxiety and this and that and other things in life on top of that. So again, like being a competitor, you have to have almost a well balanced like outside life as well because you want to be focused when you're going in there. Yeah, some people, oh, it's just a grappling match. For me, it's not.
Right.
You know, I'm a grappler. I'm not an MMA fighter, so it's not just a grappling match. It's what I do, what I want to do. So I take it a little bit more serious. I got a great support system, even when I have pulled out or like can't make tournaments because you know certain issues pop up. Like I have a support system that they will literally drive to me and pull me out and like let's go, and I still like that's where I don't want to see anyone else, and that's why I even try to help coach these sort of moments with members in Cogito. You know, like, hey, I've been through this. These are my lows. Don't let yourself get this low, or don't get down on yourself to where you get like this. So those are my kind of low moments. You know, just after important competitions, taking L's. Like there's certain L's that I've taken. That I'm just like, hey, but like certain ones, I'm like, yo, that was what I wanted to do. You know, again, high rollers was my goal. So
Yeah, yeah. And but believe me, you have more high rollers coming, and I'm gonna prepare you for it. Um, and I kind of understand that because I'm doing the podcast, a jiu-jitsu podcast. I really, since January, I'm gonna say I've put 110% into training and eating right and getting my body right to have an opportunity to perform. And this last competition, my nerves were super shot. As in, I'm like, man, like if I lose this, and not for nothing, people don't really get this, but as a person who's married with kids, and I'm spending money, or usually you spend money to go to a tournament, and to get an L and not place on the podium, and your family looking at you and like, hey, how did you do? And you're like, it didn't go well. And there, in my head, they might not feel it, but in my head, I'm such a disappointment that I
yeah,
put all this effort into working out and really trying to really perfect this craft of jiu-jitsu, which is impossible. But there is levels to this shit, and you're trying and you're pushing to try to be at that specific level, and then you take this L and you feel like such a disappointment. Like, I mean, right now I'm getting emotional, like that's the hardest part about it. Like, I don't sometimes I don't want to compete because I don't want to let people down, you
yeah,
know? But
yep, I feel that.
this one was a little different. This one was more of a, okay, Carlos, like you've been grinding out here. We have to see where we're at. I mean, are we ready? Can we hang? Can we have good matches? Can you do it in the training room? Why can't you do it on the competition? Like, what can you do this? Is this really your time? Like, is this your profession? And this weekend, um it made me feel pretty fucking good. This
Oh
weekend
yeah.
made me feel pretty fucking good. um and I'm like, you know what, maybe there's a new breed coming up on October 7th in Miami. So
Okay.
I might be trying to go for that new breed belt, which is one of my goals for this year. I told myself I'm gonna win a belt
Oh, okay. For this year. So
for
this
this year,
quarter four.
quarter four.
Ooh.
Um, and if I get that belt, then I will do 80cc open. So like I'm kind of like putting myself like, because if I can't win new breed, then you're gonna have, not going to say way better grapplers, but there's going to be more grapplers, more divisions, more everything at 80cc. So if I can't get through new breed, the chances of me getting, I mean, even though it's some days it's your day. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's my plan in regards to that. But I completely feel you on the anxiety of competing and having that not maybe fear of just letting people down, you know and I think we just had a podcast with who was it with? It wasn't a meal, it was I think it might have been Mike John or Sanchez, or maybe even Keith. No, it was Keith. It was Keith. Keith said, like, cuz he's taken some L's, and he was down on himself, but he got back up, and he's like, you're never going to know where you're at if you don't continue to get out there. So I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. Like, I can't always hide behind this, because you know what? What if your family thinks, what if they do think that you're a disappointment? What, you gonna let them think that forever, or are you gonna fucking do something about it? Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out there, keep fucking grinding, and eventually you're gonna put in the fucking work, and it's gonna show. And I was like, you know what? You're fucking right. I'm gonna get the fuck in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I don't blame. I'm the same way, man.
So that's the goal. That's the goal. So those are
Same
your
mindset.
highs and the lows, man. Those are your highs and your lows. So are you planning to compete this year?
Uh, so the plan was from the start of this year to compete in Q4, quarter four, which is we're in now. But I recently sustained an injury to my left knee. I've been training with it with knee brace on. It's not fully okay right now. There are moments of weakness, so I'm hoping that either my mind just tells me fuck it, compete anyways, or it heals up nice and I start feeling better as far as the leg. Because right now I don't even play the leg game. I play minimal leg game, and that's usually what I
Your
play.
game. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've been trying to, and I guess that's a plus because it's making me touch up on everything else. But like I can't even play my normal games, so I don't know. I plan on it, but I might, especially after seeing you, Micah, and Dave this past weekend. Like, bro, like I even Javi left. One of our young white belts left like hype. He's like, "Yo, we need to get after it in the gym." They're like, y'all sparked a little bit. Y'all keep sparking stuff, especially with the ones who keep competing. I'm like, "Yo, I gotta get in there. Like, yeah, I gotta get back to it." This was what I was like so focused on. But other things come into priority, and you
Of
put
course. Of
that on the
course.
back, on the back burner and whatnot. But that's nor here nor there. Got to get back to it regardless.
By the way, I have to take a quick second to shout out my sponsor. Uh, um, Sponsor of the Grind and Jiu-Jitsu podcast is Pressure Pass Pressure Washing. If you need pressure washing in the Orlando area, you can call this guy right here at 407-773-1545 for the introductory rate if you mention this podcast. That's right, I said it. This is also the owner of Pressure Pass, or one of the owners of Pressure Pass Pressure Washing, Mr. Felix Feliciano. I thought you were Hernandez.
I am.
You are too. What the fuck?
I have two last names. Like my first name is
You're
Feliciano,
so Puerto
last name
Rican.
Hernandez, and I don't know that much Spanish. Shh.
You're so Puerto Rican, but it's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. Okay, I forgive you. Um, now that the sponsor, shout out to Kojita, which you're also one of the owners. What the fuck? You're sponsoring me directly. You should be my AA coach, sponsoring me so much.
Oh gosh, I hope you don't need that.
No,
Come
I don't.
on.
I don't. I don't. You know, believe it or not, I still have not drank.
Oh, what we were talking about it the other night.
I still haven't drank. So this
Hey,
weekend,
good on you.
I'm drinking. I'm drinking
Oh
this weekend.
gosh. Okay.
This
Well, you
weekend. This
deserve it.
weekend is
You deserve it. You deserve
this
it.
weekend. I'm celebrating this weekend. This weekend I'm gonna celebrate it. Um,
Fuck
Felix, have you ever called someone out on the mats and paid the ultimate?
yeah. Is that even a question?
Have you ever? You're an ass. Have you ever called somebody out on the mats and paid the ultimate price with an L?
Oh yes. That man's
The
Mafia,
way
yo.
Cogito works, I know the answer.
Dude, Matt Ferriolo is like the main one that I've taken L's from after calling him out. But the way we have been with Cogito, like I got, he moved away, but then we had a brown belt named Stan, and not that I call him out, but like I don't back down, and yo, he would kick my ass. Oh my gosh. And like I don't call out Sean or anything. He still kicks my ass. Like I gotta be real. Like we talk shit to each other a lot, and sometimes I'll get the best of someone. Sometimes they'll get the best of me, but usually not with the higher belts that I just mentioned. It's just with like the other people like Tall Dave. Let's see, like I mean, we don't talk too much shit to each
We
other,
don't
but
talk too much
we,
shit.
but we do go at it though. We be going at it,
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's you know what it is? It's I need to be technical with you because you're so fast, and you need to be fast but technical also because I'm being technical. S-
dude,
So it's
you You are seriously one of like not only my favorite roles, but the most unbelievable first role. Like me, the first time I've ever rolled with you, bro, I literally was blown away. I was like, did he just move like that? What the what? He's moving like me. What the fuck, bro? Like you are bendy. You're technical. You know how to use your weight, and you don't do it. Like you don't kill me. Like, and that's not, bro. And if you wanted to, I know you could. So like, is bro? Like again, you surprise, and I'm more than sure there's many others like me with that first impression of you. Like, bro, your
you know
technicality is.
since you brought that up in general, so you're usually one of the lowest weights at the gym, and you're always grappling versus bigger opponents. Like, how do you keep the mind frame of I know I'm smaller, but I'm gonna get in that ass. Like, what's your mindset? Like, how do you approach your roles when you know you're either overpowered, you're outweight, they might not be taller than you, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about weight and like strength wise. Like, what goes through your mind in those aspects of roles?
Honestly, I since a white belt, I took it as if I'm out there and some dude just decides, nowadays everyone's crazy. Like anybody, you could walk by somebody, they think you did something to them or something, and then you try something. So I always took it as if they're bigger, I shouldn't have an issue with or feel scared in any way or anything like that. So, bro, I'll shoot blast doubles on Micah, and Micah's big, bro. Yo,
Literally, literally last Sunday, this freaking guy. So Micah is literally the biggest guy in Cogito. He's probably maybe 6'2".
yeah,
He's 6'2", maybe 270, 265, 270, right? You would say, Micah?
I know
Heavier?
he's been working on it, so he might be lower,
He
but
might be
he's
lower.
big. He's big.
He's big. He's a big boy, big boy. And I'm doing a roll, but I'm rolling with a white belt, so I'm like observing other people's rolls, because I'm letting him work. And I look to my right, and I see Sapito try to blast double a fucking truck. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, I hit a wall. All right.
I tried that on Micah, and like weight wise at the time, we were way closer. And I tried to blast double. I fucked up my neck because I did the
Bro,
forehead blast double. Yo,
but
he is
nah,
solid, bro. He is
it's so
so solid, bro. Oh my god. Remember the crash dummies?
yeah, bro. Literally, like I go in for it and just.
That
But
shit was absolutely funny. Go.
I gotta be real though. He like, bro, I'll pull a single and like I'm over there hopping on my foot, and obviously I don't want to jump guard because in a lot of you don't jump guard. It's just I mean you can, but you could
Right,
cause
right.
injuries, all that shit. So I do my best. So I knew he was gonna catch me, so I kind of jumped guard and I was like, nah, let me not, and I went back down, and yo, he could have put me about 20 feet under with the slam, but he took my leg out and just put me down soft enough to get into side control and move. That's another reason why I'm not scared of the bigger guys. Yeah, the other big guy will slam me, but if I can work through those motions with someone like Micah or yourself, bro, like that next person, I just won't let the next big guy do that to me. But it
Right.
lets me go through those motions and not be scared that y'all gonna break my neck or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, even though you fucking always guard the freaking arm triangle like an asshole.
Oh, hey,
Um,
I gotta be real. And there's black belts who they can't get it, and they'll be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Hey, that's just bro. And you phone home, baby. That's all I do. It's a stall move. Trust me. I can't do
Bro,
shit from
I
there,
don't.
but
I even to myself because I think I have a decent arm triangle, and I mean I'm talking about I put you in, let's just say over 10 arm triangles. I don't remember you tapping from any of them.
he probably got one or two on me. I think he probably got one or two.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. And that's bad. Not bad, but it's good for you. Bad for me, because you should be I should be finishing it. But dude, I always that's one thing I admire about you. I know like you and the twins. We have a pair of twins at the gym, Brandon and Justin, and they're also little guys. They're probably 135, 145 soaking wet. And along with Felix. And these little guys are grinding. And I'm talking about they go hard. Those twins, I've never had an opponent go so hard with me, but I know that they have to. Give me 1 second. I think one of your friends are here. Come say hi. Who you know who that is?
What up, dude?
He says what up. um so with you and the twins, the what I admire about y'all is not only do y'all do jujitsu, which is amazing, but you guys roll with the biggest guys and you give us fucking hell. Like absolute hell. But the twins are on some shit. Those those twins, like, yo, one time, right? One time, uh he puts me in a Kimura, right? I'm like, okay, you got the Kimura grip. I'm fighting it. He puts his knee right on my freaking nose, right? Like crushing it. And I'm like, so I look up and I'm a big guy. They're the small guy. So I go, hey, if you try to hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. And he doubled down and put more knee pressure. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And
Oh,
that shit is
I relate, bro. Them boys, they're my side,
they're
and
good.
bro, they're hell rows for me because the way they move. Like I'm
Yeah,
31. I'm not the freshest tool in the shed. I've
yeah,
been used in the dirt a few times.
yeah.
So like, like I've been through the ringer. I had some injuries, whatever. So like, I don't move as fast as these guys. Woo! Wow, them boys. I gotta keep up. After their roll, I usually take at least one off, or at least if I'm trying to go hard, I for sure have to go with them. Like they're like
Yeah.
one thing after the another, after
Both of
another.
them. Both of
Bam,
them.
bam,
They're
bam.
killers. They're
Oh,
killers.
and
They're
like you
killers.
said, they'll double knee on chest or like they'll do the meanest thing possible, and you're
But
like, are you kidding me?
and the thing is, I can't even get upset at it though, because at
No.
the end of the day, they're at such a disadvantage in general, being super light, that they need to play mean jitsu,
Oh yeah,
because if they don't, then they're gonna get rolled on. They're just gonna get folded, and they're like, no, we're not gonna get folded. We're gonna do everything in our power to get an advantage to make sure that we finish the fight. And not for nothing, they've been on a tear in the competition scene. You know what? I'm gonna have the twins on the next episode.
that would be good. That would
You
be a
know,
good one, dude.
who said that they're down for the up for the podcast? I got three right now. That's crazy. Zach Maslany from Finishers, the
Okay.
black belt, right?
All right. Okay.
Mick Dojo Life.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one. And you're probably not gonna know it, but one of my favorite bands right now is called Currents, and their bass player, I believe, is a purple belt.
I heard that on that one podcast you were talking. I think it was with a mill.
With Emil
Yep.
Fisher.
Yep.
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 I heard
So
that.
those are the next ones. But you know what? In the time of me setting up those, I'm 100% gonna get the twin. I'm gonna get the twins. I'm gonna hit up the twins, and because that will be a good one, because I can only imagine the story. Like, think about the Rotolos, but flyweight,
Bro,
bantamweight,
and they got each other the whole journey, bro.
the whole journey. I gotta hear the stories. You know what? Let me put that on my memo pad.
They compete a lot. They're always in the gym. They do CrossFit, so they're always active. Like the great prospects for a podcast, bro. Them they again, and they compete so much. If you want to get into a mind of a competitor, and that's two different competitors at the same time, same weight, you can really dig deep into that. I bet.
Dude, that would be a good one. Sapito. So,
You
as a owner of a gym, so I think you are the first. Well, Emil is now the head instructor, but you are actually a owner of the gym. Like, what are some of the things that, being in charge with responsibility of the members of our gym, like, what are some of the things that you like are looking for in your gym in general? Like, what are some of the things that you try to point out for our guys?
Gotcha. Well, first, I do want to say thanks to my the other business owners. We got Dylan and Ben. I am not the only face of Cogito. Dylan was the first. Obviously, me and Ben came after. But like without them, we wouldn't be able to take care of the members. We're a team, 3-man team, doing what it do. As far as what I honestly, I just try to look out for the members' goals. As far as the part I want to play for Cogito, or where I have been, is just being there for our members with their goals, the competition team, and all that good stuff. I really just like being there for the homies because I've had those there for me. Derek, Stan, Sean, Jason, Dylan, Jose, you, uh, Levi, and that he's a brand new. Well, to my journey, he's a brand new black belt. He's very well versed in a lot of stuff, especially the gi. Like one of the best gi games I've had. So I've I take mentorship under a few people, and I take that, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should be giving this to certain people who need that guidance or brotherhood or whatever it is. So for our members, I just really, really focus on being there and helping them reach goals. Um, if I can get certain guys, like say you got a competition coming up and we know you're like you got a tall guy, you got a short guy, whatever, where I'm gonna do my best to link you up with some good training. Like, hey, come to Cogito this night because I got a few guys competing. If you could just help us, or just like on Friday, we had a homie come through, a high school wrestling coach. Shout out to
Yeah,
Tevin. Like
Tevin.
he gave not only gave us some good fundamental wrestling, drills, something quick, but he gave weight cutting advice to members that I don't know if he just met. I think he met you before. He might have just met that, but like he was willing to give that advice, and he was there because I invited him and I want to train with him and he thinks he can benefit from us and vice versa. So if I can get those people in the same room as the members to benefit from them, just like they're benefiting from it, like a vice versa, the hand in hand relationship, those are the things I kind of want to look for, like setting up seminars for our people, um, doing private lessons, whatever it may be. Like I'm just fully committed to our members as far as, helping them get to where they want in life, because that's what the people did for me.
Oh, I like that. Owner Sapito in the
That's
house.
that's the owner
The
side, that's
owner
the
side,
owner
the owner side.
side.
Sapito, now
That's
comes the hard questions.
brilliant.
Who's your favorite role at the gym?
Oh
Oh,
fuck, dude.
yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Ah, damn, can I do like a top three or something? Fuck, dude.
Do I
I
wanna
do.
do I wanna give you some leeway here?
I just do one. I can do one. I can do one.
Do one, do one.
You already know who it's got to be.
I
Even though
know who it's gonna be.
I get my ass kicked every single roll, but I promise you, I don't enjoy anyone's roles as much as I enjoy my roles with Sean. That's my buddy. That's my best friend. That's my brother. Part of Black Sales, brown belt in Cogito. Um, and like we stick. That's he's Sonic. I'm Hedgehog. Like you feel me? Like
No, your
that's just big
tails.
bro. Oh my god, yeah,
He's Sonic and I'm Hedgehog. You're the same motherfucker?
yeah. Nah, I'm Tails. Man's is Sonic. Like it's just always I've been like his sidekick. I think I put it in a post. You put me in a room with Sean back to back. I'm 100% sure that we taking out anybody that come at us. Like I feel again like that handful
Autumn.
of people outside of family that I'd take a bullet for. He is one of them.
Oh, I hope he really hears this. He'll probably watch this because it's you.
And then he's
Um,
gonna kick my ass on the mat anyway. So
yeah, 100%. Like he has no chill, but I love it about him because not for nothing, I need it because, I think that was one of the reasons why I did well in the competition is how he makes me think when we roll that if the my opponent doesn't think like him, there's no way I'm losing.
exactly, bro.
There's no way I'm losing.
Exactly.
Like, if and I'm kind of starting to figure it out. Like just like with Matt Ferriola, with Jason Valle, like when you go against these high level guys, like I know I'm not gonna win, but if I train myself to go 100% with these men and I survive, if my opponents aren't as good as they are, then they're not gonna stop me. They're not,
Yo.
and that's the way I'm starting to look at it. But let's go top three. Let's go top three.
Oh,
Who's the other
ooh.
two? Who's the other two?
uh, Tall Dave, because
Tall
he gave
Dave.
me. Believe it or not, bro, I really enjoyed my roles with him, and we
He's
talk
take
shit to each
he's
other,
take
bro.
he's taking it. He's taking jujitsu way more seriously now, and I love it. I really do. I love
Same.
it.
And bro, that's we talked about it after his competition on Saturday. Like we gotta bring that back, bro. He's gotta be staying the stand of the group, and I gotta be the Derek. You feel me? Like that's we're bringing it. And again, we talk shit to each other. We have fun. He will I will have him in something, and he knows he's safe, and he'll be like, ah, bitch, you can't get me or something. Like that's why I love, again, it's a brother role. Like we talk so much shit. and then and these aren't in any order,
No
but
order. No order.
Sean, Dave, and I gotta say, oh man.
I know. I
Okay,
know.
wait. And it's got to be in the gym, right? Our members.
Has to be members.
Okay, it has to be members. So I was Matt and Jason were up there,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I was like, dude,
No,
but
that's why I
within
said the gym.
the gym, shit.
You got
Um,
Mike. You got Micah. You got
ooh,
myself. You have You know what?
so
Ben is a great role. Ben is a fucking great role.
I don't roll with him too much. I don't roll with him too much. But I might have to. I might have to dabble in that and see how funky we can get because I know he's a funky roller
Yeah.
too, and just like me. So,
Yeah.
um, damn, dude, there's
You
so
got your
many
last one. You got
options.
the last one.
Damn. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick a white belt for this, just because like Sean is the person who kicks my ass. Me and Dave, we exchange. I'm not gonna say I kick his ass. I'm not gonna say he kicks mine or anything like that. We have fun and all that good stuff. Um, and I gotta be real. The white, I've been gravitating towards one white belt because he's got my style, bro, and I know he's gonna be good if he continues his journey. Young Javi,
Young Javi.
you already know, bro. That man is
So
he
that's
moves great.
is that your paddle one?
The what?
Is that your paddle one?
What
Don't
do you
tell me you
mean?
don't know Star Wars. You don't know Star
Uh,
Wars? You son of a gun. All
I
right.
don't.
Your is that your is that who you're molding?
No, that's actually who Dave is molding a little bit.
Dave is molding Javi. Okay.
Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit. We're all doing we're. I
Of
wouldn't
course.
say okay. I want to
We're a
say
family.
we're guiding him in the direction he needs. Like I man, I care for our members a lot, and he's definitely been one that I've gravitated more caring to. I know that sounds bad. No favorites. Oh yeah, there
No,
is.
no.
I don't care.
No, but you know what? When you see someone putting in the work and actually getting the tutelage, and like, no, I get it, I get it, and not for nothing. Even the conversations I've had with young Javi, he's always open to listen, and not many people do, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, I play a different style, but like if I say something, Javi goes, "Say that one more time so I can make sure I remember it."
Yeah, bro.
And no, I got it. And part of I kind of feel the same way. Like a nice up and comer. I gotta say is Camilo. Camilo's really putting in that work
Oh,
too. Camilo's really
bro.
putting in that work. Don't get it wrong. I love you, all my 6 a.m. Sean, Chris, Ruben. I love y'all. I'm just saying, like, as in for a young guy who has a lot of jiu-jitsu in front of them, who has an opportunity to compete and make some noise, I think Camilo might have something there, bro. I really do.
Yo,
I really do.
he's he's also good at striking. Shh, don't tell nobody. But
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
man's triangle for a white belt, bro. I seen him hit some triangles that I was like, yo, that I could, that's me right there. That fucking me. I was like, yo, that's something I would do. But yo, he's hit some fucking clean triangles in the training room, and like you said, he's one of those white belts that you're like, yo, if he continues this journey,
If he continues
whew,
exactly what he's doing right now, he will be a problem in the future. He will be an
hundred
absolute
percent,
problem. No, yeah,
100%.
yeah. I'll give it up. Sapito, I know it's already almost we're over an hour in, so I don't want to take too much of your time because I know there's some extracurricular activities that need to
Hey.
transpire soon. Um, but I do want to ask. So you're nursing an injury,
Yeah.
so we got that out of the way. What are your plans for Cogito and for the rest of the year? For what? Let's just do the rest of the years. We could do 5 years, but no, that's too much intricate shit. Till the end of December. What's your ideas for our Cogito? Are we having a holiday party?
I mean, technically, the promotion can be
Oh
a
no.
holiday party. It's around
I
the
think I think
holidays.
it should because I will not be here for Christmas.
And if anything, we could do something towards Thanksgiving or something. But we definitely gonna have some holiday stuff going on. Um, but as far as the plans for Cogito, I mean, just grow, train more, um, definitely get more people out there competing, including myself. I'm getting fingers crossed that I do get to compete by the end of Q4, because not that I have obligations to anyone or anything like that, but for the people who look up to me, for the people who just like think I'm good, and just and my sponsors, like that's one thing I've been like locking on saying. I have two sponsors that have been with me since fight. Like, I want to say as early as Fight to Win. Retro Grappler. He is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. Not only because he sponsors me, but because he is just amazing, an amazing person.
He is that
He's
guy.
bro, he believed in like at least myself and a few others that I know, and he sponsored us. And I don't wear anything besides Retro Grappler, so I'm hoping that at least I can put on for him and my other sponsor, Black Lab Organics. It is a dog treat company ran by Kat Nelson, who is an
Oh,
amazing MMA fighter. Like,
oh,
she
I
got
I didn't even
damn.
know that.
Yep, Black Lab Organics is Kat Nelson.
Oh, okay. I got to roll with her a few months back.
She's a beast. She's a
Yeah,
beast.
yeah,
And
yeah.
not again, a great grappler, great MMA fighter, but she owns this company that I gotta give up my pug's dog size to. It had to be her snacks. Obviously, he has his normal kibble, but my dog, I have bred him. It's a little. He's a pug. I bred him since he was, I think, a few weeks old, and I know I probably shouldn't have been giving him her snacks that early, but like I break him up and whatnot. And I gotta be real. Anyone who sees him and hears his age thinks he's like super huge. Not even like a fluffy. He's like a fit pug and nice. So again, my sponsors, I owe them a lot. I owe them dude. Kat has supported me and Sean on our Puerto Rico journeys without us even asking. Same with Retro. Like, it's so amazing. So again, I not that I owe them or have obligations because they don't come down my neck or anything like that, but I feel I personally owe them to compete by the end of the year.
Oh, so I like that. I like. Is your puggy there?
Oh no! Oh no! Look, got a good boy snack. I call him Good Boy Snacks, and he comes running. Come here, come here, come on. Good boy snack, come on.
We gotta see the pug on the pod. Dogs of the vlog.
Ah,
Eso, what's your baba? There he is.
this little guy, I'm telling you, like he's pretty big for a pug. He's looking at you on the screen.
Hey,
He's
what's up,
he's mugging
baba?
you, bro.
Whoa,
He's
whoa,
mugging.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Get out of
whoa.
here. But
So
again, just competing. My bad.
yeah, no, that's awesome. So you know what? Let's do 5 things that you would tell yourself when you were a white belt. What are five
um,
things you would tell yourself as a white belt that will put you in a better place than you are today?
oh, brother, that one's hard. 5 things. All right, I'll make it. I'll make it like pretty decent. Um, Stop it.
Is he still barking at me?
Yeah, he's looking at the screen.
I
so,
don't just beef with humans, I beef with dogs too.
um, shit. Okay, so con- continue. Well, it's kind of stuff that I kind of still follow, but I would have told myself back then. Um, Always stick to surviving. Nowadays, that's one thing. Well, nowadays, I'm Mr. Houdini, bro. Have fun trying to sub me. Not you. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have fun. So like survival is key. A lot of people think like, oh, get after the sub, this and that, this and that. Yeah, it's important, but if you can't even defend someone else's attacks successfully, like back to back to back, if they're good, people chain their attacks. If you're high level, you just chain. So again, survival is key. Don't forget about survival. Two, Um, don't let unless you are fully committed to a spouse, don't let them take away a dream like jujitsu. Some people think, oh, it's just a hobby, and then like your spouse keeps you from it. Like right now, I have one of the most supportive women in my life, like woman. Well, I don't know, late. I don't know. That's my eventually my wife, but like she has supported me like no other. It's crazy the support that she gives me, and if I gotta go to training, she's fully supportive. If I gotta stay home for something, trust me, I know when it's that time. But when that is key. Find you someone who supports this journey if this is what you want. Because some people will think it's a waste of time just because they think it's a hobby or something. If you
Yep.
want this, find that person, or don't let anyone take you away from it. Is really the key
I like
on
that.
that one. Three, um, find the right home. Even when people come into my gym, uh, obviously, yeah, I want everyone to be members. I want to have 1,000 members if I can. But if you come into my gym, one of the first things I tell you is try us. Make sure we're for you. If we are, then we're here for you. If not, I'd even suggest another gym
Yeah.
to you. Not that I, tell them that, but like if you just, oh yeah, Cogito's not the place for me. I'm like, oh, well, what are you looking for? Oh, you want something in this area, more gi oriented, more no gi? I will literally suggest you somewhere because that's what the kind of person I am. I'd rather have you find the right home than you're at our place feeling like you don't belong.
Right.
So survival and on the mats and off the mats. Finding the right support, finding the right home, jujitsu home. Four, um, chase those goals and don't let shit get in front of you. You are one key example, Carlos. I promise you, I have never seen someone get after losing weight like you have.
Awesome.
Like, bro, inspiration. If you can get after your goals like someone like Carlos, bro, it goes a long way, way longer than you think. Five, never, ever, ever fucking give up. I know that kind of ties into everything else,
Still.
but yo, like that is one thing. And yes, I've done my fair share of pulling out of things, whatever the fuck, and those are learning experiences, and that's why I get to say this: never fucking give up. I promise you, you will be hard on yourself afterwards, regardless of what you give up on. It could be a small ass task. It's going to eat away at you. Unless you're one of those people that just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Hey,
man. It is
you
what
know,
it is.
yeah. But if you love something like jujitsu, you will fucking never quit. Again, I had a hand injury. To this day, I still got the bone spur. It's right here. I stopped I could have been an MMA fighter. Who knows, bro? I could have been pro by now or something like from 2010, like from this hand injury happening and me leaving. If I'd never quit, who knows where I would be. So again, that fifth thing, that last thing, never fucking quit no matter what.
I fucking love it. Sapito, I appreciate you coming on. You will be back because I am gonna do a black sales uh uh episode with all four of us. So that's going to be coming up real soon. Thank you so much for coming onto the pod, giving me your time. Thank you for just speaking to the audience in general, and not for nothing. Every single person who comes onto this podcast is helping this podcast continue to be one of at least a point of, even if it's just our gym, but at least the people get to see, hear grapplers from all walks of life talk about the thing that we all do and love, which is jujitsu. And I appreciate you. That's going to be episode number 11 of the Grindin' Jiu-Jitsu podcast. Before we go, we're going to shout out Retro Grappler Shop, which is one of your sponsors, and also
Lab Organics.
Black Lab Organics. And I'm gonna shout out my sponsor, Pressure Pass Pressure Washing, which is this guy right here. And thank you so much for joining us on episode 11. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell somebody, man. Like, let's help this podcast grow into something huge. Thank you so much, everyone, for the Murder Yoga Nation. Oh,
Os.
stay on with me.